numbers. We begin with multiplication of a decimal number by a whole number. The multiplication of a decimal number by a whole number is very easy because we multiply them like normal numbers by ignoring the decimal for time being, and finally when we get the product, we put the decimal point at the right place. So let's begin with this question. Find the product. 13.57 is to be multiplied by 28. So let's arrange these numbers in the columns. You are not required to leave a box for this decimal point. Now we write the multiplier, put the symbol of multiplication, forget about the decimal for time being, ignore it completely. 8 sevens are 56, 6 you write and 5 you carry. 8 fives are 40, 40 plus 5 is 45, 5 you write and 4 you carry. 8 threes are 24, 24 plus 4 is 28. 8 you write and 2 you carry. 8 ones are 8, 8 plus 2 is 10. Now, we either put the cross or we write a 0. Now we multiply 13.57 by 2. 2 sevens are 14, so 4 I write and 1 I carry. 2 fives are 10, 10 plus 1 is 11, so 1 I write and 1 I carry. 2 threes are 6, 6 plus 1 gives us 7. 2 ones are 2, and as there was nothing to carry over, so we did not add anything. Now let's find the sum of these two semi-products. Now 6 plus 0 will give us 6, 5 plus 4 is 9, 8 plus 1 is 9, 0 plus 7 is 7 and 1 plus 2 is 3. We have got the final product. Now we need to put the decimal at the right place. So where do we put the decimal? Count the number of decimal places in the decimal number. So how many decimal places is it having? 1, 2. So count 2 digits from the right side. 1, 2 and put the decimal. What have you observed so far? When I was getting these two partial products, I ignored the decimal point completely. After I reached the final product, I counted the decimal places in the decimal number, counted the same number of digits from the right side, and then I put the decimal point. So let's do one more part to get good hold on this. In part B, we are multiplying 71.285 by 47, which again is a whole number. So we arrange these in the columns. I write here 71.285 multiplied by 47. We start with the multiplication by ignoring this decimal point completely. We are not required to leave a box while we are getting the partial products for putting the decimal point because we are ignoring it completely. Just feel as if it does not exist at all. So 7 times 5 is 35, 5 I write and 3 I carry. 7 8s are 56, 56 plus 3 gives us 59. 9 I write and 5 I carry. 7 2s are 14. 14 plus 5 is 19. 9 I write and 1 I carry. 7 1s are 7 plus 1 is 8. See, I am not leaving a box for putting the decimal. I have ignored it completely. So 7 times 7 gives us 49. Now I move to the next number, which is 4. So 4 times 5 is 20, 0 I write and 2 I carry. 4 times 8 is 32. 32 plus 2 is 34. 4 I write and 3 I carry. 4 times 2 is 8. 8 plus 3 is 11. So 1 I write and 1 I carry. 4 times 1 is 4. 4 plus 1 would give us 5. 4 times 7 is 28. So I write 28 here. Now we add these partial products to get the final product. This is 5, this is 9, this is 13, and 1 I carry, this is 10, 1 I carry, this is 15, 1 I carry, this is 13, 1 I carry, and this is 3. Now we have got the final product. It's the right time to put the decimal point. So let's count the decimal places in the decimal number. 1, 2, 3. So I count 3 digits from the right side. 1, 2, 3, and then I put the decimal point. Now we are learning how to multiply a decimal number by another decimal number. So let's begin with part C. 60.5 is to be multiplied by 2.5. Now remember, my dear students, we are going to do the multiplication as we are multiplying whole numbers. That means we will have to ignore the decimal point till we reach the final product. Once we get the final product, I will count the decimal places in both the decimal numbers. Like here we have 1, so here we have 1 more. So 1 plus 1 makes it 2 decimal places. So in the final product, I am going to count 2 digits from the right side and then I am going to place the decimal. So let's start with the question now. I am arranging these decimal numbers in the columns. And remember, nowhere we are going to leave a box for the decimal point. 5 times 5 is 25. 5 I write and 2 I carry. 5 times 0 is 0. 0 plus 2 is 2. 5 times 6 is 30. So 0 and 3. Now we move to the next digit, and before we start with the multiplication, let's put a cross or a 0 here. 2 times 5 is 10. 0 I write and 1 I carry. 2 times 0 is 0 plus 1 is 1. 2 times 6 is 12. So let's add them to get the final product. This is 5, this is 2, this is 1, this is 5, and this is 1. Now students, count the decimal places in both the decimal numbers. Here we have 1 and here we have 1 more. So that makes it 2. Count 2 digits from the right side, 1, 2, and place the decimal. So our answer is 151.25. Now we move to part D. 78.16 is to be multiplied by 7.4. Let's arrange the decimal numbers in the columns. Now we'll start with the multiplication, but before we start, again I would remind you that forget about the decimals completely. So 4 into 6 gives us 24. 4 I write and 2 I carry. 4 times 1 is 4. 4 plus 2 is 6. 4 times 8 is 32. 2 I write and 3 I carry. 4 times 7 is 28. 28 plus 3 makes it 31. Now I put the cross here. 7 times 6 is 42. 2 I write. 4 I carry. 7 times 1 is 7. 7 plus 4 is 11. 1 I write and 1 I carry. 7 times 8 is 56. 56 plus 1 makes it 57. 7 I write and 5 I carry. 7 times 7 is 49. 49 plus 5 is 54. So let's add them. And now we are getting what? We are getting the product. So this is 3, this is 8, this is 7, and this is 5. Now count the decimal places in both the decimal numbers. So 1, 2 and 3. So we count 3 digits from the right side. 1, 2, 3 and I place the decimal here. So this is it. The product is 578.384. So students, I believe that you would have surely understood how to multiply the decimal numbers. First we learned how to multiply a decimal number by a whole number. Now we learned how to multiply a decimal number by another decimal number. And it was really very easy. We did the multiplication as we multiplied the whole numbers, and finally we put the decimal by counting the decimal places in the multiplier as well as in the multiplicand. So that's it for today. Bye bye and take care.